I remember I was going to church, and from Kangemi, there is an estate called Mountain View Estate. So when I was walking, because I was going in the morning so that I can catch up a matatu for 20 shillings and make it to church, then I see this car, a very nice car, and I was like, hey, that's a nice car. Then I passed it. You see the place that you go, this is nice, and then you pass. Then there was this man in this car. He said, this is not a movie, it is reality. This is not Telemundo and all those things, or telenovela. It is a story. It is a real life story. It is me. This is me. So, and this person lowered the window and said that, excuse me, can I give you a lift? Lift. You know, you have this mind of, you don't see anything good in trusting men because of where you have been. And then another man is telling you, lift. Lift to where? You want to lift me to where? I don't want this lift. And I was like, no. But he said, it's okay, let's go. What made me enter in that car? It's because this person was listening to gospel music. And I was like, wow, that's a good worship. At least I can trust. And the reason why I entered is because I knew the 20 shillings that I had, it will now take me back. I don't need to sleep to church. I entered in this vehicle. He said, hello. I said, hi. And I made sure that I said where the seat is, so that in case of anything, I just open the door, then I fall down so that he can remain with his car. And so I looked at him. He did not say anything. He just said, my name is John. And I said, my name is Eva. We went. He did not say anything. Where are you going? I'm going to church. Then he said, oh, and me, I'm going to work. I'm from work. I'm going to I'll pass by the church. I serve all those sort of things. Then it was like, okay. Now, the distance from Eva Cw, that side of Mountain View, to Westlands, the traffic, and this person is not talking. I'm looking at him. Okay, I want you to talk what you people always ask for, so that I can give you an answer. You say as women, you normally have this answer. But this man did not talk anything. He did not ask me for the number. I tried to do the phone like this so that he can know that I have a phone, just in case he forgot. But he was just driving. He was just concentrating and focusing on where he was going. And so we reached to Nairobi. He dropped me and he left. No exchange of contact. The second time from the church we met in the Mountain View, we said, hi, hello, how are you? I thought the number, guy, he's not asking for the number. Anyway, even me, I was not interested. By the way, why do I need the number? So we passed, he went, no number. That time we met, he invited me for a church service conference, which was happening at the City Hall. And so I said that I will come because I serve in the church. After lunch hour, I will come in the evening. So he said, oh, okay. So I went there. When I actually did not give me the number, we did not exist. So he told me, come to City Hall. But I don't know what is wrong with women. I pray, Father, in the name of Jesus, if our feet has to take us somewhere, let it be where God is. Because for some reason, he has not given me the number. I don't have a reason to go. But I just found myself going to City Hall just because a man told me. You know, as women, these invites, we just pray because we know our feet, we cannot direct them. Let us just be praying that when we are called, we are going in the right place. So I went to the City Hall. I met him, the service. I stayed there. I listened in. Then I went back. Then there we shared actually the contact. From there, he started inviting me for this fellowship. We would go there, he would share the word of God. And then there was this time, I will never forget, and I thank God for being that one woman who believed in this vision. So he called me where we used to serve. The church was in River Road, and then the Mabolak is just right, in front. So he told me, come at Mabolak. I was like, Mabolak? Okay. Where? There is a place, there is a waiting lounge, the reception and all that is a restaurant there. So I went there. So do you know what he told me? He told me, do you know what? God has given me something in my heart. And I was like, God is always giving men something in their heart, right? So I wanted to hear, what is this thing? So he said that he told me to do something, to set up a setup whereby people can come, share the word of God, and people they don't have anything. Those who do not have food, we can contribute amongst ourselves and feed them. Those who are not able to pay the rent, we can do so for them. And then I asked him, is it a church? You want to start a church? He said, no, I just don't want to start a church per se because of what church has been named for. Like a place where people just come and do things without help. He said, this is what I want. And he told me to call it Share the Love Center. Now, this person, I see him as a pastor because he mentors me spiritually, as a friend. But remember, I've never even seen him as a husband. Sometimes, so ladies, the husband that you are looking for is always around you. working, giving him handbags to carry for you, giving him tire to change for you, but because, may God help us, right? So I never saw him as a husband per se, but I saw a teacher, a person who would mentor me and and the rest of the people and all that. So, and you know what I said? I asked him, so where? Because knowing him that time, he was not okay financially. Because sometimes we'd come, he doesn't even have like a cup of tea, like 50 shillings for a cup of tea. So we were not even able to order tea in Mabulak because then it was 200. Then do you know what he told me? Another crazy thing, that you know what? So I asked him, so where are the meetings starting? Me, in my mind, I was thinking somewhere in Uhuru Park so that we can build slowly. You know the way we have our own timetable and God has his. Here. This time, he told me that we'll be having the meeting here, Mabulak, there's a conference room there. I was like, huh? I almost told him, you are not able to buy me a cup of tea for 200 and you're talking about a conference hall. How? What is this? Do you know what I did? I just told him, oh, that's good. That's a good idea. I support it. Let's do it. Can you imagine? Every day I ask myself when I see or hear people saying we're coming to share the Love Center, what if I told him, no, this is not possible. I don't want to be part of this dream. Truly, this would have just been our dream, right? So that is how I met my husband. That is how I met my husband. I told him, yes, we can do this, I got you. You know, women, you always have words, even if there's no resources. And I was talking as if I'm the one who is financing the whole vision and all that. I was like, yes, we got this. And then from there, we met a little bit. Then from there, I went to sell clothes. So I left him with the vision, with the people, with his flock and the people and all that, because this was not my husband. I had not seen him as an husband. So we lost one of our friends who had tied us together. My husband and I, she was our mutual friend. So this time I was called that she passed on. I didn't have my bishop's number then, now my husband. Remember, he was just a pastor and a friend. So I looked for his number. I called, do you know our friend? We have lost her. Can we go, and conduct the family? So when we went, because he was the one who was burying, he came at the parking and he told me, you are my wife. Hey, I was like, and let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him. Bishop. We celebrate you, sir. Welcome. It's such an honor to have you, sir. Welcome. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. And so he told me that you are my wife. And then I was like, what kind of a man proposes to people in the funeral? Like, who does that? Like, someone is crying, I am grieving my friend, and all you can see is marriage, all you can see is a wife in me. You're not telling me sorry, for losing your friend and all that. She's like, you are my wife. And then I was like, wait a minute. The kind of a proposal I have been creating in my mind and what I know, I am supposed to see a man, with this shirt, the way they flip in the ocean, with a lot of roses, and then it's like, Eva, will you marry me? That was my mind of the man, of how marriage was coming. But now this time, we have not even put some soil, and it's, you are my wife. God. At that time, I did not take it seriously. I was like, hey, apana. How is this? But I went home. I didn't know that him saying, you are my wife, he bound me by the words. Words are very powerful. It was like he reached into my future, he saw me as a wife, and he brought myself to him without taking me to the future in that eye of the spiritual eye, and I was just lost there. So from there, after the burial, we stayed like, I think it's a month. Then he came. He called me. Then he came later at our place. It was around 10. This time, he came with a flower and that flower, I've never seen a rose like that one, by the way. It was a rose flower, and then when you open, it had the ring. I think it had this engagement ring. You see here. I entered the car, and remember, there's nothing like dating. We have not dated. He has never approached me in this way of like, I want you as para woman. He was a mentor, a teacher to me. So everything was so, like a shock. You see the way you shtua generator. That is how he used to, like, So he came and he told me that, have this. I looked at, what is this? He told me, open. For me, I thought it was a flower. I was like, oh, at least the dream of flowers. He has started bringing ones, the one that I saw, in the ocean and all that. So I opened, I see a ring. Then he told me that, you are my wife. He did not ask me, will you marry me? You are my wife. I did not even, now if someone tells you that, how do you start asking? It was like that word used to shut me. And then I said, Then he told me the ring. Then from there, he told me, tell mom, this Saturday I'm coming. I'm like, what is this? What do you mean this Saturday? So I remember I went in the house with the ring, and I told my mom. I entered in the house, and I told my mom, Mom, guess what? I started saying, You know the way you enter, Then she was asking, what is this? Guess what? There's a man who wants to get married to me. My mom said, That is the only thing that mommy said. Then I was like, look. And that time we used to live in a 2-room house, very congested. It was not 2-bedroom. You understand these 2 rooms? The one that when you will step on the food that you're supposed to eat in the morning. There. So mom said, I was expecting her to say something. She never said anything. So I told her, look at the ring. My sister was there. Look at the ring. And my sister was like, wow. Then I was like, by the way, what am I speaking? What are we talking about here? Then I told mom, you know what? He says that he's coming this Saturday. My mom said that, okay. So my husband came that Saturday. He came. And he came with a friend, and I told mommy, this is, now I didn't know how to introduce him. As a fiancé, as a pastor, as a friend, I didn't know. So what I said, Mom, he's here. We are here. We are all here. And so Bishop, is very straightforward. And then I was like looking at him, like I wanted even me to understand these marriage things through conversation with my mom. He did not even do that. He said like, Mama, sasa tumekuja hapa. We have come here because I want to marry your daughter. And next Saturday, I want us to go to see the dad. Then the others, he said like next Saturday, I want us to go to see the dad. Then even mom was like, us with this tradition. Hey, vitu hazifanyangu hivyo kwetu. Where we come from, we have to do this, this. But he was like, I'm coming. The other Saturday, we are going to Embu. We thought it was just like a joke. The next Saturday, Bishop came very early. We prepared ourselves. No one is asking anything or anything. It's like the way, this is how, like the plan of God to a man. Us, we have our own plan, which we tend to complicate with a lot of our desire. But God has this simple plan. He said it is marriage. It is marriage. There's nothing like going this way. It is this way. So we went to Embu to shock other people. He shocked me. Bishop shocked me. I shocked my mom. So we are now going to shock Embu County. So we are shocked. It is a trend of shock. I've told it shock. So when we went there, we found my grandma. The people, they were there because mom had gone there and told them, and maybe to them they were thinking maybe mom is organizing this thing. Maybe she had planned, which was not true. So when we went there, Bishop came. We went again, and then he said that I'm here and I'm going to marry your daughter, and the wedding is next Saturday. It is not a movie, it is a true story, it is a lifetime. So from there, so from there, even now I saw, my grandma was seated next to my bishop. And bishop is this, like he was very young, you'd see like he's a very young man. So my grandma didn't know the person who is coming to marry me. There was a friend of bishop who is a bit big and huge. So every time my grandma would look smiling at this big one. And my husband is next to her. So every time he should look at her, and then because she was in between us, and then she would ask me, okay. You know, like, then from there, when now the friend spoke and said that we have brought Bishop, do you know what my grandma did? She looked at him like, all this time you have been here. Then, just like that, the next Saturday, we did our wedding. We did it. All this time we were doing the preparation and all that. But then we did a church wedding. If you see the pictures, it's a very colorful church wedding. I remember Bishop said that this is what I have. We can get caterer this. So at night, we would walk looking for caterer. Okay, this is our budget. This is the food that you are making. Gown. I went with the best, is our best man then. We went, I fit for the gown. Then he said that, he asked how much. He called how much. We said it is this much. Now the bridal team, we took very little, like few people. We bought for them clothes. Then we went and did our wedding. Remember, we are very young. I got married when I was 24. I have not grown. I don't know what marriage is. I've come from a very tough, lifestyle as a child and all that. Now God is taking me now to another phase. And I remember I would cry and ask God, I wanted first I grow up, I become, millionaire, I take care of my siblings. Then after my siblings are all settled, then I can do a wedding. But it didn't happen like that, the plan of God. Now, another phase. I got married to this man who is very quiet, a man of few words, and me, I am a cassette. And in that house, it was, so you would ask him, are you okay? Or we speak about something, we speak about the topic, then maybe pray, he'll go maybe pray and meditate. He's just on the word, meditation. If he's not sharing, is all that. And then I would like, you mean this is what marriage is? Me speaking a lot of words, and you too, and then it is done like we're not going to communicate. But I didn't know that my million words to him, all they needed is 2 words for an answer. And so for me it was very hard as a young woman being, married when you're very young with a family, siblings that are going through a lot. Now you have a man who has a vision, in the church and all that. And this is a man who love giving. Problem came. My husband is a giver. So people, they would come in the house. When I got married, by the way, there's no honeymoon that I went. So we finished the wedding. It was on a Saturday. I came in the house with my gown. The house was full of people. I cooked for those people. I went, I removed that big gown. The next Sunday, we were in the church. I was like, what is this? I thought we were going to Bahamas. You understand these honeymoon things, right? Oh my God, telenovela. It really got the best of me. But from this, I was like, okay, you have not taken me to honeymoon, you have taken me to church, you brought me here. Instead of going to the honeymoon, now I'm cooking for people. Who are even these people that I don't know? No one. And then they are calling him man of God. Then people started coming. We started staying with people in my house. My husband, I would come in the house, there's no TV. I asked him, what happened to our TV? He said that there is a pastor who has a family and the children. I went there, they don't have anything. So this TV can help the children. Instead of the children could run uko. And you don't need a TV. For him, I didn't need a TV. But I was like, but you're not here. You're in the ministry, I'm in the house. I was like, what is this? From there, he started giving everything. Selling things to rent a space so that people can come and pray together. He started selling everything. Sold the fridge. Sold everything. Then we were left with one big bed because that bed was not, people, they were refusing to buy it because no one had a room that can fit that bed. So we would move with that bed. We were left with that one big bed and a red carpet, a small mat, a red, and one mattress and duvet. And I was like, God, you mean even in marriage, what is my life? You mean this is what all, after enduring all these things, when I'm little girl, I'm supposed to enjoy when I'm in marriage? No. It did not happen like that. So I found myself most of the time being agitated, angry, complaining, murmuring. I didn't like this kind of church. What is church? The church which is taking everything from me. What is church? The church which is making me feel lonely. My husband is always preaching to people. If I have to be with him, maybe all I need to do is to become one of his brethren. You understand? So, with that, really brought me a lot of discomfort. And again, I was hurting, I was broken, because I didn't have mentorship. When you get married to a man of God, this is what you expect. This is what ministry is. We were young in the ministries. So do you know what I did? I told God, God, you have given me a man who loves people. And his way of loving is giving. And because I know women, we can be wicked and we can change them, I don't want to ever change his heart. Instead, change my heart. Let it be accommodative as his heart. That is the prayer that I used to pray. I know that it is not easy. It is the most hardest thing to do, knowing that you want to have that space, but people are coming and you are sharing with them. And because of that, this man here, my husband, taught me how to love in a hard way. By default. You see, loving by default and all that. Then from there, we started the ministry. We started, everything was doing well in the city. By the grace of God, we do big conferences at Safari Club. We do it there at Solax Club in Lavington. That's where we used to do church meetings. And everything was doing well. Driving a good car. Now, a time comes now, because he was not taking offerings. The money that he has, he would pay. So when people come, he would say like, that money, who needs school fees? Who need what? They'll share it there. Then, all this time, do you know we are emptying what we have without putting. Then there came a time that we are not able to pay the church meetings place and all that. And so from that reason, we went to Central Park. We sold everything in the house, the vehicle, everything. We were left with nothing. And now this time I'm pregnant with my firstborn child. We'll go to Central Park. The sun is so hot. I would sit down there, nothing to eat. And Bishop, he was preaching the way he preached, teaching the word. I was like, God, where are you getting the grace to teach? It is me, honey. Let's go and teach me this thing in the house. Why do we need to stay here in the sun and suffer me like have this kind of a suffering? But for him, it's like, it's not about you. The homeless, they would come and sit there and listen to this man give them hope. So it was not about me. Again, that was very hard for me. But by the grace of God, from one step to another, this God, because he's a man who has a gift of faith, every time, I've never seen him say like, I don't know what to do, I am depressed. I'll be the one complaining. Oh, what will you do now? The landlord will be here in the morning. When I look, I'm talking by myself. The man has ascended and he was just okay. I did not understand. How can you be in so much like fire and still you're easy? I didn't know that he knew the God who called me and who called him in this vision. And so we continued, and by the grace of God, we are here. We are here. We are here. We are here.